The emergency broadcast pierced through every communication channel across Earth's military networks. Trinity stood frozen in the command center of the Terra Defense Station. Her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display showing three faces she knew too well. General Maria Chen, General Amara Oka, General Yuki Tanaka, all dead. Not in battle. Not by accident. Executed by the Galactic Council as examples of human aggression. Vincent burst through the doors, his uniform disheveled, rage etched across his features. "Tell me it's not true," he demanded, though his voice already carried the weight of certainty. Trinity's jaw clenched. The Council broadcast it across all frequencies. They claimed the generals were planning a preemptive strike. A lie. Her fingers danced across the console, pulling up the intercepted transmissions. They wanted to send humanity a message, to keep us in our place. For 2 centuries, humanity had been the newest addition to the Galactic Council collection of 12 alien civilizations that governed the known universe with bureaucratic precision and thinly veiled contempt for younger species. Earth had accepted its junior status, had played by their rules, had sent its brightest to serve in the Council's peacekeeping forces. Those 3 generals had been Earth's finest. Warriors, diplomats, and visionaries who had earned respect, even from species that looked down on humanity. And the Council had murdered them in cold blood during a diplomatic mission to the Zenthari homeworld. "How long until the fleet can mobilize?" Trinity asked, her voice cold as vacuum. Vincent moved to her side, his tactical mind already calculating. 4 hours for the first fleet, 8 for the second and third. But Trinity, the Council has 12 civilizations. Their combined forces outnumber us 50 to 1. She turned to face him, and Vincent saw something in her eyes he'd never seen before. Not fear, not hesitation, but a crystalline clarity of purpose that made his blood run cold. "Then we'd better make every shot count." Across Earth, the response was instantaneous. When the Admiralty issued the mobilization order, not a single vessel remained docked. Not a single soldier hesitated. The 3 generals had been symbols of hope, proof that humanity could stand tall among the stars. Their execution wasn't just murder, it was a declaration that humans would forever be lesser beings in the Council's eyes. Humanity's answer would be written in fire. Trinity took command of the carrier, indomitable, while Vincent led the tactical coordination from the battlecruiser. Righteous fury. The human fleet didn't follow the established jump routes to the Zenthari system. Instead, they did something the Council believed impossible. They performed a coordinated blind jump, a maneuver so dangerous and precise that most species considered it suicidal. 3,000 human vessels materialized simultaneously at the edge of Zenthari space, their formation perfect, their weapons hot. The Zenthari defense fleet scrambled to respond, but humanity had learned something during their 2 centuries of service. They had studied every species in the Council, had analyzed their tactics, their strengths, their weaknesses. The Zenthari relied on energy shields that could deflect plasma fire and particle beams. So humanity brought kinetic weapons, railguns firing depleted uranium rounds at relativistic speeds, missiles with old-fashioned explosive warheads, and mass drivers hurling chunks of asteroid ore. The Zenthari shields, designed for elegant energy warfare, shattered like glass. "All wings. Weapons free," Trinity commanded, her voice steady as the Indomitable unleashed its fighter squadrons. "Show them what happens when you murder our heroes." Vincent coordinated the fleet's movements with inhuman precision, his tactical displays showing the battle in 4 dimensions. Trinity, Council reinforcements jumping in. "Looks like the Vexari and Koralathi fleets." "Let them come," Trinity replied. She opened a channel to her fighter wings. "Remember your training. Remember Chen, Okonkwo, and Tanaka. Make every shot count." The human pilots flew with a ferocity that stunned the alien forces. Where Council doctrine emphasized preservation of forces and measured engagement, humanity threw itself into combat with absolute commitment. Damaged fighters didn't retreat, they rammed into capital ships. Pilots who ejected from destroyed craft hacked into enemy comm systems to provide targeting data. When ammunition ran low, human vessels used their engines as weapons, performing suicide runs that took out vessels 10 times their size. But it wasn't mindless savagery. Every sacrifice had purpose. Every death brought advantage. Vincent's tactical genius turned the battlefield into a 3-dimensional chess game, where humanity sacrificed pawns to capture queens. Trinity watched as her tactical display showed the Zenthari homeworld's orbital defenses crumbling. The planet had been the Council's seat of power for 1,000 years. In 6 hours, humanity had reduced its military infrastructure to rubble. "Vincent, open a Council-wide channel," she ordered. When the connection established, Trinity's face appeared on every screen, every display, every communication device in Council space. Behind her, the burning wreckage of the Zenthari defense fleet painted the stars orange. "You wanted to send us a message," Trinity said, her voice carrying the weight of 3 billion humans united in fury. "You killed 3 of our finest to remind us of our place. Consider your message received. Here is ours." Vincent fed data to the broadcast tactical readouts, showing human fleets emerging from slipspace across 12 different systems. The Council's homeworlds, their military installations, their trade hubs, all under simultaneous assault. "We are not your servants," Trinity continued. "We are not your juniors. We are humanity, and we remember our dead. Every system in the Council will burn until our generals are avenged. Every world will know the price of human blood." The transmission cut. Over the next 72 hours, human forces struck with coordinated precision across the galaxy. They didn't occupy, they didn't conquer. They destroyed military targets with surgical accuracy, leaving civilian infrastructure untouched but making it clear that nowhere was safe. The Council sued for peace on the 4th day. Trinity and Vincent stood on the bridge of the Indomitable as the Council's representatives appeared on the viewscreen. Their multiple alien faces united in something humans had never seen from them before: fear. "Your terms?" the Zenthari ambassador asked, her translator struggling with the tremor in her voice. Vincent glanced at Trinity. She stepped forward. 3 statues, Trinity said, "on your council chambers, Chen Okonkwo and Tanaka, so you never forget the price of underestimating us. And humanity gets a permanent seat on the Security Council, with veto power. And if we refuse," Trinity smiled, and it was not a kind expression, "then we keep burning until there's nothing left but ruins and regret." The Council accepted. Months later, as Vincent and Trinity stood in the renovated council chambers, they watched the unveiling of 3 marble statues, monuments to the generals, whose deaths had awakened humanity's fury and reshaped galactic politics forever. "Do you think they learned their lesson?" Vincent asked quietly. Trinity looked at the alien delegates, who now regarded human representatives with wary respect. "They learned that we're not to be trifled with. They learned that humanity protects its own. And they learned that mercy is a gift we give, not a weakness to exploit." Vincent nodded. Chen, Okonkwo, and Tanaka would be proud. "They would," Trinity agreed, "and they'd want us to build something better from these ashes." Together, they walked into the council chambers not as junior members or subordinates, but as equals who had earned their place through fire and sacrifice, ready to shape a galaxy that would never again underestimate the will of humanity.